Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're digging into something big, a headline that just dropped, and honestly, it looks set to really shake up the car world.
Yeah, big news.
You probably saw it flashing across your feeds this morning. We're talking about this, pivotal partnership between India's engineering giant, Tata Technologies, and the Swedish titan, Volvo Cars.
Mm-hmm.
And look, this isn't just some run-of-the-mill corporate handshake. It's a strategic alliance. Announced today, June 19th, 2025. News coming straight out of Pune in India and Gothenburg, Sweden.
And it really signals a pretty profound shift, I think, in how future cars get made. Not just designed, but actually built.
Yeah.
And maybe even more importantly, who's building them.
Absolutely. You feel those undercurrents, don't you?
You really do.
Yeah.
What strikes me is this isn't happening in a vacuum, right? It's a direct response, almost like they saw it coming, to these huge forces reshaping the auto industry.
Like what specifically?
Well, the massive acceleration towards electric cars, that's undeniable. Then there's this whole paradigm shift to software-defined vehicles. Cars basically becoming computers on wheels.
Right.
And overlaying all that is this global chase for, well, efficiency on one hand, but also breakthrough innovation on the other.
Okay, so our mission today for you listening is to really pull back the curtain here, give you that exclusive look under the hood of this collaboration. We want to pull out the key takeaways.
Get to the heart of it.
Exactly. Why does this specific deal matter so much? What's it mean for the cars you'll be driving, or maybe the cars that'll be driving you in a few years? And what about the bigger picture, the global economy?
It's not just the what happened, it's the so what, the ripple effects.
Precisely. So let's kick things off by unpacking the absolute core of this announcement. The big headline, like we said, Tata Technologies named a strategic supplier by Volvo. Now that sounds corporate, maybe a bit dry, but it's way more than just a fancy label, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. It's huge. Think of it like Volvo handing over the keys to a really significant chunk of their future development. It's basically them saying, look, we trust you. Help us design and engineer the cars of tomorrow.
That's a massive vote of confidence.
It really is. And it's crucial to get this isn't just some loose agreement. It's structured very deliberately around three core pillars, foundational stuff for future cars.
Okay, pillar number one.
First up, product engineering. And we're not just talking about designing, a new headlight or something. This is about fundamentally rethinking the car's architecture.
Thus so.
Making it modular, easily updatable, cost-effective, especially for rolling out EVs quickly. By collaborating like this, Volvo taps into Tata's specific design methods, their experience, and can innovate way faster than just using their in-house teams alone.
Okay, makes sense.
But,
And the second pillar dives deeper, right, into the tech.
yeah, pillar two. Embedded software solutions. This is where let's call it the magic really happens now with smart cars. This is the code, the software that makes the vehicle intelligent.
Doing everything from braking assist to
Playing your Spotify playlist seamlessly, yeah, or managing the battery incredibly efficiently. It's essentially building the car's brain and nervous system.
Yeah.
It defines the whole user experience now.
And the third pillar ties it all together.
Exactly. Pillar 3 is product lifecycle management, or PLM. This connects the dots. It's not just designing the car, it's managing every single stage, from that first napkin sketch.
All the way to the showroom floor.
And beyond, actually. Critically, it also tackles sustainability right from the start. Thinking about materials, how easy things are to recycle later on. It's baked into the whole process.
What's really interesting here is just how global this whole thing is. Tata Technologies isn't just working out of one office.
No, far from it. They're leveraging their entire global network. You've got key hubs involved, obviously, the deep talent pools in India, known for engineering.
Right.
Then you have Sweden, Volvo's home turf, in Gothenburg. And interestingly, Tata actually has its own automotive center of excellence right there, too. Definitely. Plus, you've got teams in Romania and Poland contributing. It really paints this picture of like an international pit crew, all working together across time zones to make sure Volvo's future cars are spot on.
And this whole setup, this global team, it fits right into Volvo's big picture strategy, doesn't it? Their whole reimagine mobility push.
Perfectly. It aligns absolutely perfectly. Volvo's goals are super clear, and this partnership feeds directly into them. They're pushing hard for full electrification. They know software-defined vehicles are the future.
Hmm.
And they're obsessed with creating these really smart, intuitive in-car experiences. They're not just building electric cars. They're imagining vehicles that almost drive themselves, that pamper you with tech that feels, well, almost sci-fi.
And this partnership gives them the engineering and software firepower to actually make that happen?
Exactly. It turns the vision into reality.
Okay, so this is where, for me, it gets really interesting, because this feels like more than just a standard deal. I think this partnership is a genuine game changer. Several reasons.
First, it turbocharges the drive towards electric dreams.
Mm.
Volvo's committed, right? All electric by 2030? That's ambitious.
Very ambitious.
Tata Technologies is going to be absolutely crucial in designing the tech for these green machines. Think battery systems that last longer than your phone obsession, hopefully. Motors that are incredibly quiet.
And it's not just about being electric. It's about being smart and electric. That software-defined vehicle piece.
Right. These aren't just cars with some software added on. The software is the car in many ways. Its core functions, how it evolves, it's all code.
And Tata's deep expertise here means Volvo's cars are going to get seriously intelligent. Features like over-the-air updates become standard. Your car gets better, gets new features while it's parked in your driveway. No trip to the dealer needed.
It's funny, the idea of your car nagging you about version 2.3.1 while you're stuck in traffic.
Uh-huh. Well, maybe not nagging, hopefully prompting politely. But yeah, that future is coming fast, and partnerships like this are paving the way. That vision is exciting, definitely. Smart cars, always improving. But, we see it with our phones and computers. Constant updates can be annoying, update fatigue, or even introduce security risks. How does this deal address that, especially with Volvo's reputation for safety?
That's a really critical question. And it loops back to that PLM pillar. Volvo's safety and sustainability reputation is, well, everything to them. This partnership has to reinforce that, not undermine it.
So how does PLM help?
Through rigorous product lifecycle management, the idea is that every component, every single line of code is designed not just for cool features, but for security, for longevity, and importantly, for responsible recycling down the line.
Ah, okay.
It means building in robust, secure ways to handle updates right from the start, and ensuring your fancy new electric car doesn't become a massive landfill headache years later. It's about embedding responsibility from day one.
And strategically, Tata Technologies being global is a huge plus. This mix of, say, cost-effective, high-skilled talent in India, plus the deep engineering knowledge in Europe, that's powerful.
It's a potent combination, like having this global team of specialists, each bringing unique skills to the very complex job of designing and engineering a modern car.
And you mentioned this isn't Volvo's only move like this recently.
No, it's definitely part of a broader pattern we're seeing. Just a few weeks ago, Volvo signed another big deal, a similar kind of tech partnership with HDL Tech, another major Indian tech player.
Interesting.
It really underscores this strategic shift by Volvo, leaning heavily on Indian engineering talent for advanced development. It kind of feels like India is becoming a key innovation hub for them, maybe even for the wider industry.
And flipping that coin, for Tata Technologies, this Volvo deal really cements their status, doesn't it, as a top-tier partner for global car makers?
Absolutely. They already had that big collaboration with BMW starting in 2024. Now adding Volvo, they're not just playing in the automotive engineering big leagues, they're clearly aiming for, like, MVP status, proving they're indispensable.
Okay, so strategically, it sounds like a win-win. Lots of potential. But how did the market react? Did the stock price, shoot for the moon?
Well, the market's reaction, as it often is, was maybe a bit more muted, a bit of a bumpy ride initially.
Oh.
On the day, June 19th, Tata Technologies shares saw a pretty modest gain, just 0.14%, closing around Rs of 733 on the NSE.
Not exactly fireworks.
No, but importantly, it did snap a 6-day losing streak. So you could see it as maybe a cautious thumbs up from investors. There were reports it hit a high of Rs 746.80 during the day, so there was some positive movement.
Right, need context here. How has the stock been doing overall?
It's been a tough stretch, honestly. The stock was down about 15.5% for 2025 so far, and down nearly 28% over the last 12 months. So it needed some good news.
And their recent earnings?
Also a mixed bag. Their Q4 results for fiscal 25 showed revenue dropping by 3.3%, which was a bit worse than some expected. But at the same time, their profit jumped over 20% to about Rs 89 crore.
So more profitable even with lower revenue.
Interesting. Operational strength there, maybe?
Potentially, yeah. Signaling some underlying efficiency improvements despite the top-line pressure. So you put all that together, investor sentiment is split.
Exactly. You've got some analysts with sell ratings still out there, but then you look at social media, places like X, you see users like at Stockbeat calling it a significant expansion, someone else at AkshatBargo26 predicting revenue growth because of it.
So the buzz is there, but the market's waiting for proof.
I think that's fair. This deal definitely has the potential to be the spark that reignites investor confidence. But the market seems to be saying, okay, great deal, now show us the sustained results.
Okay, let's quickly clarify for anyone listening who might be thinking, wait, Tata, like the cars,
Yeah.
who exactly are Tata Technologies?
Good point. Easy to get confused. They're distinct from Tata Motors, the company that actually builds cars, like Jaguars and Land Rovers, which Tata Motors owns.
Right.
Think of Tata Technologies as like the super brainy cousin in the wider Tata Group family. They're the ones designing and engineering the complex systems inside the car, software, the processes to build it efficiently, while Tata Motors does the manufacturing.
Got it. The brains behind the brawn, maybe.
Kind of, yeah. They started back in 1994, originally called Core Software Systems. They've grown steadily into this global engineering services powerhouse.
And they're a pretty big deal in their own right.
Undeniably. Their market cap, as of mid-June 2025, was over Rs 30,000 crore. That's significant. Their core business, their bread and butter, is helping companies design products, write complex software, streamline engineering.
Like a Swiss Army knife for engineering.
That's a great way to put it. Their main thing is the services segment, basically outsourced engineering. They also have a technology solutions arm, reselling specialized software, like those PLM tools we talked about.
And that global footprint we mentioned is key to deals like this Volvo one.
Absolutely critical. Over 12,000 employees spread across 20 countries, from tech hubs in Pune, India, all the way to that automotive center of excellence in Gothenburg, right next door to Volvo.
That mix, again, competitive costs, skilled talent from India combined with that deep engineering expertise in Europe.
That's the formula that makes them so attractive, so capable for these global automotive giants.
Okay, and Volvo Cars. Most people know the name, synonymous with safety for decades, right?
Absolutely. Iconic Swedish brand. Think safe, solid station wagons back in the day, but they've evolved massively. Founded way back in 1927.
And owned by Geely now, the Chinese company.
Correct. Owned by China's Geely Holding since 2010. But what's remarkable is how they've kept their distinct Swedish identity, their culture, headquartered still in Gothenburg.
And their mission statement aligns well with this Tata deal.
Perfectly. Their stated purpose is to offer clients the freedom to move in a personal, sustainable, and safe way. That ties right into electrification, safety, and the user experience focus.
And they're betting big on the future, all electric by 2030, software-defined vehicles, those intelligent experiences, maybe a dashboard that knows your coffee order.
Aha, maybe not quite yet, but that's the direction. Creating cars that are deeply integrated into your life intuitively.
But it's not all smooth sailing for them, or any car maker right now.
No, definitely not. They operate in a really complex, challenging global auto market. You've got issues like tariffs, that 25% U.S. tariff on imported cars hits everyone, including brands like JLR, also owned by Tata Motors, ironically.
Right.
And ongoing supply chain headaches are still a factor globally. These kinds of external pressures absolutely push companies like Volvo towards smart, strategic partnerships, like this one with Tata Technologies. It's a way to stay competitive, innovate faster, and secure their future.
So zooming out, this deal feels bigger than just these two companies. It really feels like a win for India's whole tech scene.
I completely agree. It's a significant, very visible victory. It highlights how Indian engineering firms are becoming these indispensable partners for global automakers.
That mix of skilled talent, competitive cost, and that sort of can-do approach.
Exactly. It's a potent mix. And like we said, Volvo's other recent deal with HCL Tech just reinforces that trend. India is really proving itself as a global hub for automotive innovation.
And for Tata Technologies specifically, this is a huge moment.
It really is. A massive opportunity for them to showcase their capabilities on the world stage. If they execute this well with Volvo, it could genuinely unlock doors to even bigger, more transformative deals down the road, especially as this race towards EVs and smart cars just keeps accelerating.
Absolutely. And this is the reality check, I suppose. Despite all the excitement, all the strategic logic, Tata Technologies still has to deliver, right?
That's the bottom line. They need to show concrete, measurable results, especially given that recent revenue dip and the stock's performance over the last year.
The big question remains, can they really keep the pedal to the metal? Can they turn this partnership into sustained growth and win back that full investor confidence?
It's high stakes, no doubt. A lot is riding on their performance here.
Okay, so let's try and wrap this all up. This landmark deal, Tata Technologies and Volvo Cars. It's not just another corporate headline fading tomorrow. It feels like a real glimpse into the near future of driving.
Yeah, it points towards cars that are greener, definitely smarter, and maybe, just maybe, more accessible for more people globally.
So who wins here?
Well, potentially everyone involved. Tata Technologies gets a huge chance to shine globally. Volvo gets a massive boost towards hitting their ambitious EV and software goals. And India gets another powerful piece of evidence showcasing its rising tech prowess and its vital role in global innovation.
So for you listening, whether you're an investor looking for signals, a car enthusiast dreaming about future tech, or honestly just someone who hates parallel parking and hopes the car will do it better soon,
Yeah.
this collaboration is definitely one to watch because it is actively shaping what your daily commute, what personal transport is going to look and feel like very soon.
And maybe here's a final thought to chew on as you go about your day. If these kinds of global partnerships are driving innovation and cost efficiencies this fast,
Hmm.
what does that really mean for the old idea of, distinct national car brands? Or even how we think about where cars are made?
Good question.
Is the soul of a car going to be defined more and more by its software? And if that's the case, who are the real architects of that driving experience going to be in the next decade? Something to think about.